Yes, Elizabeth, what is it? I want to be alone.
Madam, there's somebody called.
Who is it? Tell him I don't want to be disturbed.
It's a gentleman, madam. He wants to see you.
Tell him to go. He wants to see my husband, and my husband's out.
No, madam, he wants to see you. You must see him, madam.
Tell him to go. I want to be alone. I don't want to see anyone.
Madam, I don't know what's going on between you and the master, but you've got to hold up, madam. You've got to hold up.
I'm going out of my mind, Elizabeth. That's what's going on.
Don't talk like that, madam. You've got to be brave. And you mustn't go on lying here. The talk of your mind will go. You must see this gentleman. It's you he wants, not the master. He's waiting to see you. Come, madam. It'll take you out of yourself.
Elizabeth, what new torment is this? I am not in a fit state. I tell you,
Come, madam. I'll turn up the light. There. Now you'll be all right.
Elizabeth, what have you done? I cannot see anyone in this state. I am not fit, I tell you.
Right, madam. You mustn't take on so. Now, I'll call him in. Will you go in, please, sir?
Thank you. Good evening. Mrs. Manningham, I believe. How are you, Mrs. Manningham?
How do you do? I'm very much afraid
You're very much afraid that you don't know me from Adam. That's about the root of the matter, isn't it?
No, it's not that. It's just that no doubt you're here to see my husband, and he's not.
No, you couldn't be further off. On the contrary, I have chosen this precise moment to call because I knew he would be out. Now, may I take off my things and sit down?
Yes, I suppose you may.
Thank you. You're very much younger and more attractive than I had thought. But you're looking rather pale. Have you been crying?
Really, I'm afraid I don't understand at all.
You will do so very shortly, ma'am. Yes. Yes, now. So you're the young lady who's going off her head, aren't you?
What made you say that? Who are you? What have you come to talk about?
Oh, now you're running away with things, Mrs. Manningham, and asking me a good deal more than I could answer at once. Instead, let me ask you a question or two. Yeah, come here, please. Take my hand. Please. Good. Now, take a good look at me, and tell me if you are not looking at someone to whom you can give your trust. I am a complete stranger to you, so you can read little in my face besides that, but I can read a great deal into yours.
What? What can you read in mine?
Oh, why, madam, I can read the tokens of one who has traveled a long way down the path of sorrow and doubt, and will have, I fear, to travel a little longer before she comes to the end. But I fancy she is one who is coming towards the end for all that. Come now, are you going to trust me and listen to me?
Who are you? God knows I need help.
I doubt very much that God knows anything of the sort. If he did, I believe, he would have come to your aid before this, but I am here now, so you must give me your faith.
Who are you? Are you a doctor?
Nothing so learned, madam. Just a plain police detective.
Police detective?
Yes, was some years ago. At any rate, still detective enough to see that you've been interrupted in your tea. Couldn't you start again and let me have a cup?
Yes, I suppose I could. It only wants water. I will get you a cup.
Thank you. You've never heard of the famous Sergeant Ruff, Mrs. Manningham? Sergeant Ruff, who solved the Claudesley Diamonds case. Sergeant Ruff, who hunted down the Camberwell dogs. Sergeant Ruff, who brought Sandon himself to justice for all such sensations before your time.
Sandon? Yes, I've heard of him. Sandon the murderer. Sandon the throttler.
Yes, Sandon the throttler. And you are looking at the man who brought Sandon to the man who throttled him. And that would be the common hangman. In fact, Mr. Manningham, you have in front of you someone who was quite the personage in his day, believe it or not.
Oh, I can well believe it. Won't you sit down, please? I'm afraid it won't be very hot.
Thank you. Ah, yes. How long have you been married, Mrs. Manning?
5 years and a little.
Hmm. And where have you lived during all those years? Not here, have you?
No. First we lived abroad, then we lived in Yorkshire, and then 6 months ago my husband bought this house.
You bought it?
Yes, I had a bit of money and my husband thought this was an excellent investment.
You had a bit of money, eh? That's very good. Now, tell me, does your husband always leave you alone in the evenings like this?
Yes, he goes to his club, I believe, and does business.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And does he give you a full run of the whole house while he's away?
Yes. No, not the top floor.
Ah, not the top floor.
No, no. Would you like some sugar?
Oh, thanks.
What were you saying?
Well, before I go any further, Mrs. Manningham, I must tell you that you have a leakage in this household. You have a maid called Nancy.
Yes,
And
yes.
Nancy walks out of an evening with a young man named Booker in my employ. I live only a few streets away from you, you know, Mrs. Manningham.
Oh, yes?
Yes. Well, hardly anything goes on in this house which is not described in great detail to Booker, and from that quarter it reaches me.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew she talked. Now I know it. She shall be dismissed.
Oh, no such retribution shall overtake Nancy at this moment, Mrs. Manningham. In fact, I fancy you shall be heavily in debt to your maid, Nancy. Why, if it was not for her indiscretions, I should not be here now, should I?
What do you mean? Why all this mystery? Why must you keep me in the dark? What is going on?
I'm afraid I must keep you in the dark just a little longer, for I'm still quite deep in the dark myself. May I have another lump of sugar?
Yes, of course.
Thanks. We were talking about the top floor. There is a bedroom above this, and above that again is the top floor. Am I right?
Yes, but it's shut up. When we first took the house, my husband said that we wouldn't need the upstairs quarters, well, until there were children.
You have never been up to the top floor, Mrs. Manningham?
No one goes up there.
Not even a servant to dust.
No.
Oh, rather funny.
Funny. I don't think so.
I think it is. Now, to ask you a personal question, Mrs. Manningham. When did you first get the notion in your head that your reason was playing you tricks?
How did you know?
Oh, never mind how I know. When did it begin?
Well, I always had that fear. My mother died quite young. She died insane quite young when she was my age. But only in the last 6 months, in this house, things began to happen which
are driving you mad with fear.
Yes! Which are driving me mad with fear.
And tell me, is it the house itself you fear, Mrs. Manningham?
Yes! Yes, I suppose it is. I hate the house. I always did.
And does the top floor have anything to do with it?
Yes. Yes, I suppose it has. It's how all this dreadful horror began.
Now you interest me beyond measure, Mrs. Manningham. Do tell me about the top floor.
Oh, it all sounds so incredible. I hardly know where to begin. It's when I'm alone at night. I begin to get the idea that someone's walking about up there at night, after my husband's gone out. I go to my bedroom, but I don't stay there because of all the noises I hear overhead.
Have you told your husband about this?
No, I'm afraid to. He gets angry. He says that I imagine things which don't exist.
And it never struck you, did it, that it might be your own husband walking about up there?
Yes! Oh, yes, I did, but oh, I thought I must be mad. Tell me how you know.
Well, why don't you first tell me how you knew, Mrs. Manningham?
Oh, it's true then. It's true. I knew it. After my husband leaves, he comes back. He comes back and walks above, up and down, up and down. Oh, he comes back like a ghost. How does he get up there?
That's what we're going to find out, Mrs. Manningham. But there are such commonplace resources as roofs and fire escapes. don't look so frightened. Your husband is no ghost, believe me, and you are very far from going mad. But tell me, what made you first think it was him?
Well, it was the gaslight. It would go down and then it would go up again and... Oh, thank God I can tell somebody this at last. I don't know who you are, but I must tell somebody.
Please, try to keep calm. You could tell me just as easily sitting down, couldn't you? Won't you sit down?
Yes,
The light, did you say? Did you see a light from the window?
Oh, no. No, in this house I can tell everything that goes on by the light of the gas. Now, you see the mantle over there? Now it's burning full. But if someone were to put an extra light on in the house, say in a bedroom or in the kitchen, that one would sink down. It's the same all over the house.
Yes, it's a case of insufficient pressure. It's the same in mine. Go on, please.
Every night, after my husband goes out, I find myself waiting for something. And then all at once I look around the room and I see the lights slowly going down. And then I hear tapping sounds, persistent tapping sounds. Well, at first I tried not to notice it, but after a while it began to get on my nerves. I go all around the house to see if anyone had put on an extra light, but they never had. And it's always about the same time, about 10 minutes after he goes out. That's how I began to think that it was he who had come back, and it was he who was walking about up there. But I go to my bedroom, but I don't dare stay there because of the noises, all the noises I hear above. I want to scream and run from this house. I sit here for hours, terrified, waiting for him to come back, and I always know when he is coming back, always. All of a sudden, the lights slowly begin to go back up, and about 10 minutes later, I hear his key in the lock, and he is back again.
How very strange indeed. You know, Miss Manningham, you should have been a policeman.
Oh, are you laughing at me? Do you think I imagine things too?
No, I am merely praising the keenness of your observation. Not only do I think you are right in your suppositions, I think you have made a very remarkable discovery which may have very far-reaching consequences.
Far-reaching? How?
Well, let's leave that aside.